Hey, y'all, what's up? It is Girlfriends and Football. We're ready to chat all things football. We are here with our favorites, Beth, Cheri, and your girl, Desi, and we are ready to roll. Ladies, how we feeling? How we doing?
Doing great, man. Beth, how chilly is it in Atlanta?
It is 80 degrees today.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we
We
got
had
this little tease that it was like coming upon fall, and I got out my long sleeve jammies, and then we're like at 88 today.
Yeah,
And
we had the same thing. We had a very short fall where we had to pull out the winter coats for one day to go to school.
And then
And
done.
now
yeah,
it's been
I feel like it's 175 degrees every day because I'm going through menopause and the sweats are for real. And if I'm being honest right now, I'm having a sweat. So if you guys see sweat beads just suddenly come down my face, it's called menopause and it is a biatch. So that's what's happening in my world. Guys, right before we came on, I do want to we're going to cover this straight out of the gate. The most exciting thing that happened this past week was that a number 5 took down a number 1. Cheri and Desi went head to head. I was a number 5 seed. Cheri was in first place, and she went down. And I'm saying
Not
this
only
now.
did I go down, not only did I go down, what I thought was the best thing is when I got the NFL weekly recap, and it's the two of you highlighted. Desi is the boom of the week. Beth is the bust of the week. Desi scored 150 points on my ass. And I'm like, what? Because my team did not do bad. Like, it was not bad, but it was not extra good. She broke out, and I went, what was it, 5 or 6 game streak. I think I've lost the last 3 in a row.
You know who
But
else did
thank
that?
goodness I play your mom this week, Disney.
you have a shot. You have another shot.
But wait, you won 5, lost 3 in a row. That's my 49ers. See, I told you you're supposed to be the shorty Niners.
It's because we
Who
share.
knew?
To
We
share the
share.
brain.
Yeah,
But if you're playing my mom, you're for sure gonna win.
I know. I feel good about that.
She said, I don't know if now's a good time
Look,
to tell
don't say
you.
that because you saw how ugly my score was this
That's
week.
true. That's
You
true.
can't. Don't promise
What
anything.
did happen to you, Beth?
Huh?
What happened?
It was the Bills.
Oh, it was
No.
just terrible.
I was gonna wait to peel that Band-Aid off, but we just stepped in it. So let's just peel that baby
Go.
off.
Let's go.
I watched that game.
Mm.
I'm assuming you watched that game.
Well, I listened to the first half because I was driving home from Nashville
Oh yeah, gymnastics.
in the car. So I listened to the first half. And I came home and I watched a little bit more and I went to bed. I couldn't do it. It got uglier and uglier as it went on.
Well, it's interesting because it was like there's like a vector in the universe that's just creating this upside down world because I actually took Joe Burrow off the bench. So I was for sure when I saw that I was up against Cheri, I'm like, here we go. I'm pulling Joe Burrow up. And he's, y'all know he's laid some eggs for me. So I was like, and Cheri, because I had so many 49ers and we were on a bye, I had to replace some players. Like T. Dell.
So you literally had the replacements.
Yeah, it was.
and you killed it with
and
some.
you killed it.
It was Houston's wide receiver, Dell, right? He killed it for me. I had pulled up Dallas's tight end, Ferguson.
Yeah.
Okay. Like it's kind of it was a good week. So I will take my W. It doesn't happen often. I was just barely over 500. So, I'm talking all this smack. It's just because I'm slightly better than 500 now. So
yeah, well, no,
and you beat the top dog. So you can have that for a little bit.
I know, but you know who's the top dog now? Isn't it your daughter? Isn't it Sam?
Is it Sam?
So we are tied for third. There's a 3-way tie for first, but Sam ranks above me because she has gotten more points. So she's technically, so yes, my daughter's in first place. It's amazing, y'all.
Yeah. right. So let's chat. We chatted about Beth's game. Are we worried, Beth? Are we worried about, I mean, I didn't look at your season, like what your games look like, how many, who you're up against for the rest of the schedule. Are we worried?
I mean, it's not pretty. I'm not excited about it.
Dolphins took over the AFC.
Yeah, Dolphins are top.
lead.
We've got knocked out of the run for playoffs right now. Who knows? Crazier things have happened.
Yeah. And
But-
Miami's not really consistent either. There's a lot of people talking about how they haven't played a strong team and won. So there's that.
I mean, we'll see. Don't count us out, but it's a uphill battle right now for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll follow up next with Cheri. How the heck does a rookie quarterback come in and take down your team?
The only thing I say is that I am following my Buccaneers path. We've lost 4 in a row, Bucks. I've lost 3 in a row, fantasy. I feel like we peaked early.
Which was opposite of what we thought was going to happen, right?
It was opposite of what we thought was going to happen. But in both cases, I feel like we have peaked, and now we're not peaking. We're just going straight over the cliff, kind of. It's ugly. Yeah, and I don't know how much more I can go back and forth on Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Do you think he's the reason?
Yeah, I feel like there's. Yeah, I can't pinpoint it, to be honest, Desi. Like, I can't pinpoint it. I don't know what was going so right when we were out of the gate, the first 2 games of the year versus losing 4 in a row. Like, I can't pinpoint it, but it's just sad. Beth, I feel like you have more hope. Desi, you have more hope.
I don't know. I mean, but you have less injuries. Like, we just we're battered and bruised.
Yeah.
So
I think Milano is a big blow. I think that middle of the field, that linebacker position, so important.
Well, and I go back to Tre'Davious White. Like, he made interceptions so easily and so regularly that he was a big part of our team, that when he got injured, that made me real worried, and it just hasn't gotten better.
And then, and Des, I don't know if anybody's ever heard this before, but before we go into the 49ers, I'd like to point out the Detroit Lions are on top of their division.
Yeah.
Has anybody heard that?
Like,
Ever?
Yeah. Isn't that awesome, though?
I mean, ever. Have you heard
No,
that?
good for them.
Have those words ever been spoken?
Remember, I was like, this is going to be a sleeper. And what was the other team I said I was kind of looking at? Like, D'Amico has something going on. I said, I like who D'Amico took Jimmy Ward from the 49ers. He's got CJ Stroud. Like, I was kind of looking at Texas like, they might, who knows? Like, it all depends on how that quarterback turns out. And they're getting a lot of attention right now. So, who I think is sneaky good? And it pains me deeply to say this, Cheri, you of all people should know, the Ravens.
Yeah.
Like, my marriage barely made it through that Super Bowl.
Yeah, I've been talking about that. So that's got to be like a knife to the heart, right? Well, they're killing it, and the 49ers are on my same losing streak.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did all of our seasons turn around so poorly?
I know.
Like, this has been sad lately.
Sad.
Oh, well, the good news is for the 49ers, we've gotten Chase Young. I think I mentioned that last week, from the Commanders. Very excited that he could be a big impact. Him and Nick Bosa they were in college together, good set of bookends, former teammates. They have similar stories. Nick had an ACL repair. So did Chase Young. So, I mean, I just think this is a great support system for him. Great place to be. So just before I came on, I found out that, there's been a lot of chatter amongst 49er fans about Steve Wilkes and how terrible he's been doing, air quote. And a lot of people were calling for him to get out of the box because he was in the box, during game time and not on the field. And they were wanting him to be on the field. Fans were calling for him to be on the field. I may have, like, in my, in the midst of anger during a game, I may have tweeted out, I'm going to need Steve Wilkes to be on the sideline, mostly so we can get in somebody's face and be like, what the hell? I need you to finish a tackle. But that was just in the midst of my anger. Once I started thinking about it, I'm like, everybody's got different coaching styles. Maybe he just does better. He can see the field better in the box. So now I'm having some anxiety about, like, do we want that change? Is that really going to be the best thing? So I'm going to be at that game, guys. I'm going to Jacksonville this weekend. Me and Mom, we're going to be there.
Nice.
So, yeah. So we're looking for that W. So I'm like getting nervous now about, like, what is this going to look like? Chase Young's going to be back, has joined our team. We've got Debo coming back from injured reserves. We're loading up. All of our people are getting healthy. So I think, we just need to clean it up. Like, no penalties. Stop. You guys didn't watch the 49er Cincinnati game, right?
No.
There was a situation where Joe Burrow goes back. They literally, everybody's there. There's like 5 people that could have tackled him. He dodged, bobbed and weaved and, like, got out of there. And I'm like, how? Against our defense? Like, we have put so much money into our defensive line. How does that happen? I was actually, like, I still wanted to go back and watch it in slow motion because I still don't know how Joe Burrow got out of that. So just those kind of frustrating things. So I'm looking forward to this weekend.
Well, at least you played him, though, in fantasy.
Yeah, I did. I did play Joe. But no, this week I played him when they went up against Beth's team. So it was against Buffalo. I couldn't play him during my game, and I think I lost that week. So when he killed again, a lot of points.
The best decision to play him against Buffalo. Good job. One more knife in the heart. It's all good.
Gosh, man, it was crazy. It was a crazy week. Talking about the games last week. The other one that was pretty crazy was it was the Ravens game. That was where am I? How did I get to the wrong? Dude, hang on. This thing likes to switch up on me without me knowing. The Ravens crushed the Seahawks. So 37-3. I tried to watch some of that game. The Rams lost to the Packers. So here we are on a bye week, and we are now in first place because everybody laid an egg in our division. So except for, not really except for, because they're not in our division, but in the NFC, the Cowboys and the Eagles went head to head Sunday. I think it was the 4:00 game. And the Cowboys, boy, they cannot finish a game. And I really can't, I have no room to talk, but the Eagles really didn't look super strong in that game. It was a winnable game for the Cowboys, but just that final drive. Mistakes.
Well, the Eagles are the only 8-1 team.
Yeah, but they didn't look it in that game. If you watch that game.
But they're getting away with it.
Man. I know.
I mean, they're 8-1.
Sometimes you just have to play enough.
Yeah. They're 8-1. They're number 1 overall, beating everyone 8-1. They're on the opposite of our streak. They're winning 3. And it's like, It's so painful. It's all the teams I don't want to see doing well, and the teams that I want to see doing well are terrible, including my own on fantasy. So this is just it's a heartbreaking mid part of the season we're in here for me.
Yeah. Well, Beth, I got to check on your husband. How's he doing with now that Daniel Jones has a torn ACL?
I mean, do they have anybody? Who can they get to play quarterback now?
I mean, Colin Kaepernick might be out there.
They don't have anybody to play. Like, can the punter pass? Like, what's the next option?
Listen, the 49ers might be able to give you some recommendations because we had a situation last year.
Who goes through 3 quarterbacks in half a season? He just sent
49ers.
Yeah. He doesn't talk about football anymore.
Oh. Listen, if
That's
Dobbs hadn't just been picked up by Minnesota, did you guys watch that? Like,
yes.
This guy is a superhero. Like, he did his thing.
Yes, he did. But it was against the Falcons.
I mean, but still, his O-line, he didn't even know all his teammates' names. They didn't even know his cadence for the snaps. He didn't even practice with them once. Mm-hmm. Literally, he showed up
That's awesome.
and got on the field and won a game. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, it was a good game.
So I will give him all the credit. And this is the third team this year he's had to learn the playbook for. So, I mean, how smart are you? Now, he is, I think, a rocket scientist or something. Like, he's like really smart.
So he is.
I mean, you have to be if you're going to be traded that much. And
learn 3 different teams. He's going to be the new Fitzpatrick.
Oh, he doesn't have that swag.
Fitzmagic.
Give it time. Give it time.
I'm feeling it though. Like, I think they did after the game. I saw I think it was did they put the chains on him? Or maybe I saw somebody that made an image where he had the Kirk Cousins chains on.
Oh, cute.
Oh, well, the other thing we got to talk about is, y'all know that we talked about Las Vegas, the Raiders. Like, they fired every damn body and benched Jimmy G, right? It's so bad. They came out with a W. Did you see that last weekend? They actually won.
Amazing.
And then post-game, they're all smoking cigars.
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like if we throw things up in the air and see what comes out, maybe we'll predict next week better, right?
NFL's wild, man. You can never predict what's going to happen. It's chaos. It's fantastic, and that's why we love it.
The Raiders have a better record than the Bucks.
Okay, sure. We got to stop. We got to pull out of this deep hole. What new topic, Coach Desi? Where are we going next? Where are we going next?
We're going to go with petty news. So, did you guys see that Brittany Mahomes, there was like a whole social media thread on the fact that she's going out now with Taylor Swift and Selena Gomez?
I did see that. She's, I guess Taylor and Brittany have become bestie. Well, you know.
They have their own handshake, chest bump thing or whatever that is.
Quarterback celebration, touchdown celebration was pretty nice. So.
Yeah, the handshake. I mean, I think everybody's I just feel, to be honest, gosh, this is so dumb to say. I feel sorry for her, but like, I just wish people would kind of give it a break. You know, I think it's so cute. I think it's got to be so hard to have that kind of attention. Like, I know what I'm like around a celebrity, and when there's millions of me around a celebrity, and that kind of pressure that's got to be on them, they're just trying to be normal, dude. Like, I think it's amazing. I just think everybody stop. So
girl, that is a beautiful segue.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't go.
You met recently?
I was gonna say we didn't cover this last week. Cheri's big surprise. We totally whiffed on it because we were doing all kinds of other conversations, but we have got to clear the space right now. Cheri, do tell us about this amazing dream come true moment with a celebrity.
Yeah, so not NFL related. It's NASCAR, which I've always, not always, but have been off and on throughout the years a pretty diehard fan. When Jeff Gordon was racing, I was a diehard NASCAR fan. My husband and I attended a lot of races. So my husband's in charge of sales for Pods, portable on-demand storage containers.
Nice
and
plug,
Pods,
by the way.
Thanks. And Pods sponsored a NASCAR car in the race, the 24 car, which used to be Jeff Gordon's number. It's still a Rick Hendricks car. It's driven by a young guy named William Byron. He happened to be leading the points for the NASCAR championship. And so as part of the pod sponsorship, we were invited up to Martinsville, Virginia, for the NASCAR race the week before the championship. And I honestly thought it was like, we had pit passes, but I was thinking it would be like one of 30 people, and I heard a rumor Jeff Gordon might lead a garage tour, and it ended up I sat in the pit box on top of the 24 pit with Jeff Gordon the entire race. Talked to him before the race, like,
So
and
cool.
oh my God, you guys, it was such a dream come true. Like, sometimes when you meet people you idolize, you get very like, because I get so excited if there's something I feel off or I feel like they're not genuine, I just get so disappointed. Like, I've built this person up in my head, right? And
Aaron
I get
Rodgers.
very nervous. I get
Aaron
very
Rodgers.
nervous.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is, I mean, I didn't have to meet him to get disappointed in him. But anyways, could not be the exact opposite of Jeff Gordon. And it was like one of the, like, he thanked me for being his guest in the pit box when we were done. Like, it's literally me, my husband, Jeff Gordon, crew chief, engineer in the pit box above the pit, and we're on the headphones, you know, with the driver. I get just all day with Jeff Gordon, and as well as because we were in that lot meeting all the other drivers and up close and personal. But like this one, I just can't tell you how nice he was, you guys. Like, cool as a cucumber. I'm joking with him. Like, I felt so comfortable with him when we were sitting in the pit box. He's like directly in front of me.
Did you
And you
even know
can't-
where your husband was at most of these times? Like, were you just
No, this is a funny story there. No, Brian was sitting next to me and Jeff Gordon's directly in front of me. So I'm trying to text my mom. I'm like, you're not going to believe this. He's actually sitting with me the whole race.
You were trying to
There's-
post it too. She's like,
and there's
guys,
no
I can't
signal.
figure out the pictures. It won't load.
No signal.
Are they just pictures of the back of his head the whole time too?
No, and you can't take pictures up in the pit box. You can't take. So I'm like, I post on Facebook, I need everyone to know I am sitting next to Jeff Gordon, but I can't post pictures. So I tapped him and I was like, I am trying to get a text through to my mom that I'm sitting next to Jeff Gordon in the pit box. Do you have any signal? And he's like, no, the signal's terrible here. Like, just laughing. I mean, I can't tell you how nice and engaging he was. And like, I know we talk about, our focus is NFL and just, you know, and some of the things we've talked about in the past about work done, being like a great guy, the houses he's giving away, the role models. So Jeff Gordon was there with his son at the beginning. I met his son. This guy, he could not have had just better manners, role model for his kid, nicest guy. It was like, it's one of the moments where you're like, oh, I liked the right guy. You know, not Aaron. But then, so this part, we get an official picture in front of the car because Jeff Gordon is now part owner of the 24 car. That's why he's, you know, still in the pit box. So we get the picture in front of the car, and the guy who had arranged it for us with pods, he was like, Cheri, do you want to get with your husband? Because at this point, I've got my arm around Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon has his arm around me. We're attached at the car. And Brian's on the other side of Jeff Gordon. And Scott Calvin's like, Cheri, don't you want to get next to your husband? I was like, you can get the fuck out right now. I'm not moving. I'm not leaving. I'm not detaching.
At what point do you say, I see him all the time?
Yeah, he will be fine. Take the fucking picture, Calvin.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Oh, sorry.
I am so happy for you.
I was excited.
No, remember, this is not for, I make sure I note that this is not for
got it.
little monies.
I honestly, Jeff Gordon shook my hand and said, thank you for being my guest today. I mean,
You should have had him write in Sharpie the number 24 on you somewhere that you could have gotten tatted over.
Well, I do have his autograph on a hat he gave me, but I mean, I'm telling you,
She's still, can you see like the little hearts in her eyes still? Like,
I know,
she's
she's
still
just
like
dreamy.
And
Hey,
I was
that's
telling
awesome.
Desi, I didn't throw up on him or anything. Like, I'm so super awkward. I'm so awkward. I get
Oh my
so
gosh.
starstruck.
Was that a concern that you would throw up on him?
He was sitting right in front of me.
Oh my
And
God.
I
Still,
was
that was a
so,
concern that you would
like,
throw up on him.
no,
I
because
go
I had,
back to you had to actually think about not throwing up on him.
yes, because as soon as I found out that he might be there, my stomach started hurting on Friday. Like, I was so nervous.
Oh my gosh.
But
that's
anyways, I can't say
awesome.
enough about Jeff Gordon. I'm still, yeah. But you know what? Like, so I'm gonna segue this back, Desi, to Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. I kind of think like they would be the same kind of people, right?
Uh,
Like they just both seem like the nicest people that, like, I saw a lot of stuff Taylor was doing, activism and things, and a lot of stuff that Travis Kelce does, and I think like, and these seem like they would be really good people. So like I want to elevate the good people that should be the role models, you know?
I listened to the New Heights, which is Travis and Jason, Jason, right? Jason Kelsey's podcast. And I just want to be their BFFs. Like they
Yeah.
seem so freaking cool. Like they seem like guys that I actually went to school with. And they rated the Halloween candy. And like my kid was in the car listening to it after I picked him up, and he's just like, what are they talking about? I'm like, they're rating the candy. And he seemed very offended at how much they hated Twizzlers. He's like, it's not that bad. But he's like, the candy they picked, he was like, yeah, that's dope. That's the one. That's the one. That's the one. Yeah. So it was pretty funny that they can cross different generations and just be authentic in who they are. So no, I love that. Shout out to Fred Warner. Him and his wife announced that they are pregnant and expecting. So love that. That's my favorite linebacker in the NFL, my favorite 49er. So I'm stoked for them.
Awesome.
So let's look ahead. We've got a new week coming up. And so let's check it out. We've got for Thursday night football, which you guys watch Thursday night. As much as you guys love Fitzpatrick, you must watch every Thursday night game. Yes? No?
Yeah.
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 I always start. I don't always finish.
I was going to say,
Right.
I sometimes sleep. This might be a sleeper. It's the Panthers and Bears.
That's going to be a sleeper.
Yeah.
So, but I like watching the pregame because I do love Fitzpatrick.
Have you guys seen the commercial with him and Kevin Hart? Did we talk about that before?
It's too much magic. It's too much magic.
Oh my God. Have you seen it, Beth?
No.
I'm sending it to you.
On the field, and it's with Kevin Hart, and he's like, and Fitzpatrick's like, it's like Fitz magic, and Kevin Hart's like, too much magic, dude.
Oh no, I have,
Too
because he
much
goes
magic.
through all of his teams. Is that
No,
Not
this
the
is the one.
teams.
He said something. It's for one of these gambling, like the sports betting stuff, and he says something like, you mean it's like magic? And then he goes like Fitz magic, and he's like in a different outfit that's like all sealed up.
I haven't.
And then Kevin Hart's looking at it like, that's too much magic.
That's
too
awesome.
much
Too
magic.
much
Like,
magic, dude. Too much magic.
No, Beth likes the one with Stephon Diggs, and it's a guy. Is it Geico? Is it a Geico commercial?
It's the flag. It's the Progressive.
Okay.
Or Allstate, which is the one where it's like the replay, where you throw the flag.
Oh, the instant replay.
The instant replay flag.
Is that
of
Progressive?
who said that they were going to wear it, and they're.
I think it's Progressive.
I think it's Progressive as well.
So yeah. So go ahead. I'll let you share.
So that one is just they're both dressed like in our Rate the Drip segment, and they're both just dressed head to toe in gold.
Wait, it's Stephon Diggs and
Fitzpat and yeah. No,
it's not Fitzpatrick.
Who is it?
Stephon.
I sent it to y'all.
You did?
Hold on, I got it.
This wasn't the Oh My Quad one.
No.
It's the Progressive. It's a Progressive commercial.
Oh, it's Von Miller.
Von Miller.
I
didn't know that was Von Miller.
And Diggs, yeah.
Okay. All right.
So then they both come out and they're like, I said I was wearing it. You said I said I was wearing it first. I was like, so they dropped the flag and they had watched the replay to see who said they were going to wear the outfit. The other one wasn't. In
Love
any
it.
case,
That's cute.
it was a cute commercial.
Yeah, I like that one. Okay, so looking ahead again, we go back to the schedule. Every time I click off of it, it resets. So Thursday night, like I said, we got the snooze fest happening with the Panthers and Bears.
Yeah.
We've got Colts, Patriots, meh. Texans, Bengals.
That could be interesting, man.
It could be. It's in Cincinnati.
Yeah, dude, that
They're
could be
fired.
really
They're
interesting.
on a good streak right now.
Yeah. Then it's we got Saints at Vikings. I mean, that's interesting again. Can Dobbs do a back-to-back win? Here's the one that I'm looking at, the Browns Ravens. That is going to be tenacious. I cannot wait to see that.
You gotta go back to CJ Stroud though, dude. CJ Stroud, lighten it up. Like, I think that's gonna actually, I mean, the Ravens are doing great, but I think that's actually gonna be a really good game.
But wait, CJ Stroud is with Texans. That's the Texans.
Yeah, the Houston game.
Yeah, so the Ravens are playing the Browns.
She's saying Cleveland.
Yeah. The Houston and Cleveland game. I was saying back up, I think that one's gonna be better than the Ravens game.
Oh, you think the Texans Bengals game is gonna be better than Browns Ravens?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Or I'd like to see somebody else fall further than my team has. Maybe that's the reason.
I'm like, the Browns and the Ravens have both top 5 defenses in the NFL. You've got Myles Garrett, who is just a beast right now. You've got, both. Now you've got a healthy Deshaun Watson, and you've got a Lamar Jackson. I mean, this is going to be, and it's a big rivalry game. Like Browns Ravens, huge rivalry game. Because once upon a time, the Ravens,
they stole their team.
Yeah, came from.
But maybe it's just when you say the word Deshaun Watson, I like
kind of vomit in your mouth when you say it. I know
a little bit.
Yeah, I got you.
I don't have the feels for it because I don't want him to succeed. Sorry.
That's fine. I understand. I'm trying to separate the person from the sport.
Same.
No, but see, like that was my point. It's hard to separate. Like, it's nice to find people that are nice in the sport, and I root for them. I don't root for the ones that aren't. So maybe it's just a mental block versus who's probably going to be the best game.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely watching. Well, no, I'm not watching that game. Fortunately, I'll be at the 49ers Jaguars game, so I will miss that game.
Well,
go Niners.
Why don't we talk about that? How are you feeling about that?
I am feeling like this is like the right team we have a difficult schedule coming up. We have to play the Ravens. We're going to have to play the Eagles. We have some games. We've got some real games that we've got to play. And Jaguars are a team that I think are well matched, but it could be winnable if, again, we clean things up, can finish tackles. Brock's feeling good and isn't throwing interceptions. And, Christian McCaffrey doesn't lose the ball at the less than 10-yard line. I think it's a winnable game. I am nervous that we still don't have Trent Williams. I feel like that's still a hindrance to our run game, which, again, if you don't have a run game in a Kyle Shanahan offense, it's tough to get anything else going because people already know, well, they're not going to run it. They're going to throw it, right? But the Jaguars have some injuries in the backfield for their defensively. Their secondary, both of their, I think one of their safeties and one of their DBs, both have been struggling with some hamstring issues. So I think it's going to be an incredible game. I really do. I think it's going to be fairly evenly matched unless we come out with some kind of craziness, like pent up anger been festering since, the bye. But I'm looking forward to it. It's in Florida. I haven't looked at weather, but here lately we've been just having beautiful weather. 1:00 game should be great.
Oh, for sure.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah. Cheri, your Bucks at home against Tennessee.
Yeah.
And I don't think Tannehill's back, right? He's still out.
I wish I could say I felt like that gave us a leg up, but I'm not feeling feeling a whole lot of juju right now.
Are you going to that game?
No, I'll be gone this weekend, but yeah, I'm not feeling a lot of juju. I'm feeling very I mean, I hope I get surprised, right?
Got it.
You know what? I hope I get surprised, but it always, as a Bucks fan, this is something we're constantly plagued with, even at our home games. Doesn't have to be away, but it's like we should have won. We
Yeah.
should have won.
Yeah.
All these reasons we should have won.
Yeah.
And yeah, so fingers crossed.
All right. Well, we got Steelers at home against the Packers. We've got Chargers at home against the Lions. Cardinals at home against the Falcons. Meh, meh, meh. Cowboys at home against the Giants. I mean, there's not, there's not a lot going on. You got the Commanders.
Well, I mean, but I mean, if you're a football fan, you know the struggle of Detroit Lions fans. You got to think Detroit Lions are 6-2, and they're playing a meh Chargers team. That means the Detroit Lions could extend their conference league, and I, for one, always root for an underdog.
I'm not sure they're an underdog this year, Cher. I think they're legit. I think they are.
But I think they're
an underdog because they've been an underdog for so long. Because they are. It is a Cleveland. It is a Buffalo. It is a Bucks. It is a team that just is constantly in that struggle.
I get it.
Team.
Listen, I was a Barry Sanders fan, so I get it. But they are definitely playing with some good stuff here lately. So
I hope it keeps up.
Yeah. All right, Beth, it's looking promising. Monday Night Football. Bills at home against the Broncos.
Keep that very quiet.
Oh my God, Beth,
the Bills are playing.
We're just like
I don't say anything.
Don't speak.
I'll tell you that. No, I'll tell you though, like all the reports coming out of Buffalo are that just the players are just real frustrated, real annoyed, there's a lot of discontentment right now going on. I think they all just know what they're capable of, and they have not been given the tools to do so. So I don't know if it's more against the coaching. I think there's definitely some grumblings about offensive coordinator and some other things. So hopefully they can fix what's internal so they can play.
Yeah. I know Stephon Diggs has been visibly upset at several different games. So,
well, and he's been upset for lots of different reasons. He's a little bit of a prima donna, which is great, which is fine. He brings the fire that is needed in that team, but I wouldn't necessarily put my eggs in the basket as to that Diggs is. I can't gauge any of the team's conversations off of Diggs's reactions. Let's put it that way.
Okay. All right. I'm picking up what you're putting down. So I got you. Well, all right, ladies. So what do you pick as the game of the week? What are we watching?
I'm always, you know what? I'm just hoping the Bucks snap this losing streak. So it's just my personal game. Like I don't like when other teams are doing well and mine is not.
Got it. Well, you were pretty vocal that your game of the week might be the Texans Bengals game. So that's
I think it might be. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Beth?
It might be.
I'm a Browns Ravens girl. And I've got family in both of those cities, and they are used to, and so I know the pain of losing the team and getting one back over there, and so I think between the internal rivalry and the teams that they have right now, I think it'll be a great game.
I agree. All right, ladies. Well, that is all we have for tonight. Enjoy the week. Thursday Night Football kicks off tomorrow on Amazon, and we will see you next Wednesday. Happy football.
Bye.